ready to learn, get ready to have a good time, and get ready to laugh as Fun with History takes you on an adventure back in time with some of history's most important figures. Today, Adolf Hitler of Germany competes against Sir William Wallace of Scotland. The competition will consist of 5 crazy events to test the mind as well as the body. The events include a motorcycle race, a chess match, a 100-meter dash, arm wrestling, and to complete the challenge, a boxing match. The best of 5 is your champion. Who do you think will win? Hitler or Wallace?
I am Adolf Hitler, the greatest ruler of all time. William Wallace is nothing. I will destroy him in any challenge and look forward to doing so. Bring on, Wallace.
I'm grateful to represent Scotland and all my countrymen. I hope I do my best for my family and everyone back home. I know Adolf Hitler is a difficult challenge and I will need to be at my best. Thank you to Fun with History for including me in this challenge. I won't let you down.
Adolf Hitler. Born the 20th of April, 1889, passed on the 30th of April, 1945. Hitler was an Austrian-born German politician, who was the dictator of Germany from 1933 until his suicide in 1945. Sir William Wallace. Born in 1270 and died the 23rd of August in 1305. Wallace was a Scottish knight who became one of the main leaders during the First War of Scottish Independence. Hitler is known for his evil and the man who ignited World War II. During the war, Hitler organized the genocide of all Jews in Germany, which is known as the Holocaust. Hitler will always be remembered as an evil, hateful dictator who tried to rule the world. Sir William Wallace was a Scottish knight who became a central early figure in the wars to secure Scottish freedom from the English, becoming one of his country's greatest national heroes. Adolf Hitler and Sir William Wallace will compete in a 5-event challenge. Comment below before each event who do you think will win. The best of 5 will determine the overall winner and will advance on to compete again. The first event will be a timed motorcycle challenge. Both men will ride the motorcycle on a challenging course called the Isle of Man, which is 37.73 miles long and goes from sea level to 1,300 feet high. The motorcycle selected for the challenge is the Indian Scout. The Indian Scout was built from 1920 through 1949. It rivaled the Chief as India's most important model. Adolf Hitler goes first, and his experience on a motorcycle is noticed immediately as he navigates the twists and turns well. Halfway through, Hitler does go down on a hairpin corner but is up and running quickly. He completes the course in a fairly slow time of 33 minutes and 12 seconds. Will it hold up against Wallace's time? Sir William Wallace has difficulty getting on the motorcycle. His height is an issue as he stands 6 feet 7 inches tall. He wears his armor, which is probably a good thing since he has no experience on a motorcycle. William comes out slow and slowly gets the hang of the bike. He gains some confidence and starts to speed up, but soon learns the 219 turns in the course are difficult and Wallace goes down. He gets back on his bike and takes off again. Thinking he has to make up time, he speeds up and goes down a second time and crashes the Indian to the point it will not continue the race. Wallace bangs his knee pretty good and is now limping considerably. Adolf Hitler wins the first event and goes up 1-0 versus Sir William Wallace. Little time between events is given and the two head inside for a game of chess. The contest will feature the best of 3 games. Comment below who you think will win in the chess matchup. As the leader of Nazi Germany, Hitler was responsible for the deaths of millions of people during World War II. However, not many people know that he was also an avid chess player. In fact, he was known to be quite skilled at the game. It is said that Hitler learned to play chess during his time in prison, where he was serving a sentence for his role in the failed beer hall putsch of 1923. Hitler's love for chess continued even after he was released from prison. He would often play the game with his closest advisors, and it is said that he even had a special chess set made that featured pieces modeled after himself and his top generals. Comparatively little is known about Wallace's early years, but we do know that he was born around the year 1270, most probably in or near the town of Elderslie in Renfrewshire. Other sources cite Ellerslie in Ayrshire. He was of noble background, but apart from this, we know little else until Wallace first appears in the historical record in the year 1297, when he drove English forces out of the town of Lanark. We do know Wallace had intelligence to go along with his heart and passion. Will this be enough to beat Hitler in chess? Hitler opens the match and uses his experience early to overwhelm Wallace in Game 1 for an easy win, to take a 1-0 advantage in the best-of-3 matchup. In Game 2, Wallace proves his intelligence, as he learns the game quickly and comes back to stun Hitler and take victory in the second game. Hitler looks outraged with the defeat, and you can see doubt creep into his face. It will come down to the final game to determine the champion of the chess matchup. Game 3 goes back and forth between the two men. In an epic game, Hitler's experience proves to be the difference, and he defeats Wallace 2-1. Wallace vows to not give up and to keep on fighting. He has battled the odds his entire life and knows how to fight on. In this best-of-5 event matchup, Hitler now leads 2-0 and his confidence is showing. He cheers in excitement as he defeats Wallace for the second time in a row. His confidence turns into cockiness as he now starts to trash-talk Wallace, as he has the audacity to ask Wallace, "Who's your daddy?" This enrages Wallace, and the two men prepare for the third event, a 100-meter sprint to determine the fastest man. As the two men headed outside to run the 100-meter dash, a violent rainstorm appeared. It was agreed on that we would head inside and come back to the 100 after the rain settles down. On to the next event. Arm wrestling. The match will be the best-of-3 rounds. Pause the video and comment down below on who you think will win and why. When we look at the physical size of the two men, there is an incredible difference. Hitler stood 5 feet 8 inches tall and weighed 156 pounds. William Wallace was 6 feet 7 inches tall, and his weight should have been over 200 pounds for his size. Probably in the 220-pound range. Wallace is extremely fired up for this event after Hitler's trash-talking after the chess match. He knows a loss in this event would cost him the overall competition, and he seems to be ready to prove a point. The two competitors lock hands and glare into each other's eyes as they prepare for the best-of-3 in arm wrestling. Wallace looks motivated and towers over Hitler at the table. The first match is over in a heartbeat as Wallace slams Hitler's hand backward onto the table. Wallace yells in excitement as Hitler knows he is about to lose his first matchup. The second round goes the same as the first, and William Wallace is your champion of the arm wrestling. Wallace stays alive and now trails Hitler 2-1 in the overall competition. The two remaining events include the 100-meter dash and a 3-round boxing match. The rain is still falling, so the two men head into the arena to duel in the ring. Will Wallace and his overwhelming size take down Hitler? Let us know in the comments who do you think will win the boxing match.
Hi folks, this is William Wallace. If you are enjoying my competition, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Let Fun with History know who you would like to see in the future, as well as the events you would like to see them do. Thank you. Now on with making my country proud.
This looks like a complete mismatch as the two men stand in the ring side by side staring each other down before the fight. Hitler better have a great skill set or this won't end well for him. As the first round begins, Wallace moves slowly as his knee is swollen and wrapped from his motorcycle crash earlier in the competition. Hitler moves quickly to avoid the powerful swings of Wallace, but he can't dodge everyone, and a huge cross from Wallace sends Hitler to the canvas. Hitler is slow to get up, but is able to beat the 10 count. Hitler is showing he does have a heart, as it appears he wants to continue. Hitler sprints at Wallace and then slides on his knees as he delivers a low blow that buckles the towering figure. Hitler takes advantage of Wallace's pain and delivers an uppercut that sends Wallace to the canvas. Wallace gets up quickly as the bell sounds the end of round 1. Wallace goes to his corner and is enraged at the cheap shot from Hitler. He vows to destroy Hitler in round 2. Hitler knows he has to keep moving and look for an opportunity to deliver a blow to Wallace. His strategy is to enrage Wallace, make him use up his energy so he can move in for the kill. Will Hitler's strategy be successful? The bell rings for round 2 and Wallace comes out swinging. Hitler cannot escape quick enough and a massive left cross connects with Hitler's jaw and sends him flying through the air onto the mat. Hitler is out cold. And Wallace celebrates as he has tied the competition heading into the final event, the 100-meter dash. Can Hitler recover to run? Can Wallace compete with Hitler after hurting his knee in his motorcycle crash? You don't want to miss this finish. Who will win? Pause the video and make your prediction in the comments below. Will good overcome evil? Sometimes it does not. It will come down to the 100-meter dash to determine our champion. The two men head outside. Wallace is limping from his motorcycle crash and Hitler still looks a little dazed from getting his clock cleaned in the boxing match. Which man will be able to overcome adversity and win this competition? The two men stare each other down before the start of this epic matchup. Hitler looks recovered and shouts out to Wallace, "I own you." Wallace replies, "I may be hurt, but I can still be you, Hitler." As they enter the starting blocks, the crowd starts a chant, "Wallace, Wallace, Wallace." This infuriates Hitler, who raises up out of the blocks and with disgust, asks the starter for quiet. The crowd is quieted down, and the two men re-enter the starting blocks. The gun goes off and Hitler explodes out of the block for a big lead at the 20-meter mark. This does not look good for Wallace. Hitler expands his lead at the halfway point as Wallace is struggling with his banged-up knee. The crowd erupts in the Wallace chant once again and it gives him a boost. Wallace finds strength and starts to close on Hitler. It is coming down to the wire and Hitler holds the lead. Wallace drives with every ounce of energy and throws his body forward at the wire. Wow, what a close finish, what a race. William Wallace has done it. In a photo finish, Wallace is your champion over Hitler. Good has overcome evil in this matchup and the crowd is going wild. Wallace overcomes a 2-0 start to beat Adolf Hitler in an epic matchup of two of history's biggest names. Do you agree with the result? Leave a comment. Subscribe to my new channel so I can grow it and build new videos with the more fun matchups. Who would you like to see and what events would you like them to duel in? Thank you, we will see you in the next video.